I mean, it's kind of surprising because I feel like we've had like
23 more tonight.
Oh, so how did they fit that in? We didn't have standing room last year. But I think it's great to be a part of the largest crowd here. I think that, you know, knowing the way that the city and really Brooklyn is behind us is amazing, and you know they're helping us get these wins and take care of home court, and it's going to come to be really big later in the season.
Speaking about the crowd, Kayla's someone who just seems to feed off that energy, and she embodies what this city's all about in terms of basketball. How nice was it to see her just get so much love tonight from the fans?
Yeah, I mean, I think exactly that. The way that, you know, the fans support her, the way that she works tirelessly, offensively, defensively, and they're rewarding her for whenever she does what she does. And it was great to see her kind of get that standing ovation, even when she wasn't even out there. You know, when we were just talking about it at the end. But she's a huge piece of what we do.
Breanna, speaking of the output you had for this basketball season, as Breanna asked you yesterday how she would define the concept of liberty basketball, what's your definition of that? And you guys have lived up to that definition this season.
Yeah, my definition of liberty basketball is just toughness. The way that, you know, no matter what the challenge is, no matter, you know, having 3 back-to-backs, like the adversity that we face, we continue to fight through, and we don't want to take any excuses.
We have given you all a tough time when it comes to physicality, but tonight you outscored them 20-7 at the line. I'm just curious how you all were able to find that physicality and toughness and exploit them.
I think really getting downhill, understanding that they have 2 bigs on the court and attacking them in transition. You know, when they're set up defensively, they're able to rotate well, their guards get steals, but in transition, I felt like the lane was open a few times, especially for me, and making them have to decide if they're going to foul me or go.
In that first quarter, Kennedy Carter was really able to get downhill and get to the rim, and then later in the game, you guys seemed to be able to clock that up. Just what was the difference there schematically?
Yeah, I think just really showing more help. Leo and KT had a tough assignment with Kennedy, and just knowing that, you know, a lot of times she wants to drive baseline, sending her middle and making sure that the congestion is there.
How do you think you did this game compared to the last game against the Sky?
Well, we won the last one.
Yeah, I'm sorry, the last home game.
I was like, yeah. Obviously a lot better. I think that, you know, there was moments when we were down by whatever, 13 or whatever the case was, and we continued to fight back. We continued to have that toughness that, you know, we just spoke about, and understand what it means to play at home. And, you know, we all remember that they're the ones that have beaten us at home and wanted to make sure that didn't happen again.
When you all are able to get JJ multiple touches on in the offense, do you kind of notice the quality of shots that you're able to get up in the offense?
Yeah, I mean, I think that anytime we can get JJ in touches, especially, you know, not only the perimeter, but off the block, at the high post, she understands when to, you know, attack, put pressure on the rim, and then she continues to find the open positions.
After the first quarter, a bunch of Liberty legends were put up on the jumping including T-Spin. And just having been in this league now for a while, and seeing that these franchises are showing that love back, and especially for an original franchise like Liberty, what does that mean to you?
It means a lot to me. I think, you know, to be able to honor the Liberty legends is something that's really important, and obviously for it to happen in a game where it is the highest attendance in Liberty history, where it is sold out, and people can see the ones that have started and got us to this point.
For the attendance today, do you think Reese contributed, or how do you think she contributed to this game?
Yeah, I mean, I think that Angel played really well. She got another double-double, and people are paying attention to what she does. And, you know, hopefully it's like Liberty fans, but hopefully she also brought in new fans to the games here. And if they're close, they live around here, hopefully they'll come back.
It's a greasy tool. Oh, Bill.
I'm sorry, I lost my thought really quickly. Okay. In terms of the matchup tonight, you guys did win the last game, but the lineup looked different because Kennedy's a starter now. Camila Cardozo's back.
Yeah.
Do you think that presented issues for you guys at the beginning because it felt like a tale of two halves this game?
No.
Okay.
I think that, whether their lineup changes or not, we still have similar plans. And I don't know if it was a tale of two halves. I think that they outscored us in the second. But first we were down 13 for the second. And then we were able to fight back. And this is a game of runs. Two teams have back-to-back. So I think that's really
I'm sorry, just one quick follow-up. What did you think changed in terms of, because Sabrina got going in the second half, so was there something?
Yeah, she just stuck with it.
Okay.
Sometimes the ball doesn't go in the basket. She continues to be aggressive and take the open looks and understand the way that defenses are going to play and collapse on her.
In terms of on the floor tonight, how do you think you guys did against Angel Reese, considering it took her literal last minute to reach her double-double, and that over 70% of Chicago's scoring came in?
Yeah, I mean, I think. Wait, what was the question?
How you guys think you did on Reese, basically?
I mean, we wanted to show her a crowd, obviously. She's a great offensive rebounder. The fact that we play them again on Saturday, we'll try to make sure that it's even less. But showing her a crowd, making her have to shoot over multiple defenders, JJ was a force in the paint and really kind of contesting or deterring a lot of shots on that.
Oh, hi Breanna. On those drives downhill, you were able to find your teammates in the corner, including one KT3. How do you think you were able to sort of adjust to what the Sky were doing as the game progressed?
Yeah, just understanding that, I think over the course of the game, like in the beginning, I was able to get downhill, and then they were showing a crowd and finding my teammates and knowing that they're going to knock it down, whether it was KT, Leo, Sab, and just having this offense where we have a 0.5 mentality and it really moves.
A few times this year, you or Sandy has talked about winning games that maybe last year you wouldn't have won. I guess do you see this game as another one of those?
Yeah, because we could have easily been like, damn, we're down 13. This is a back-to-back. We're tired, whatever the case may be, and we don't care. We don't want any excuses. We know that when it comes end of August, September, like these games are going to matter, and using our experience to really take games over. Fourth quarter is really going to be fun.
This roster is constructed with a group of names, obviously KT, Leo, KB, and B. I guess I'm just curious how players like that help you guys win games like this.
Yeah, just their versatility. The fact that, if you look at our wings between B, Leo, KT, they're all big. And they can stretch the floor, they can guard multiple defenders. So, there's a lot of situations where we'll switch. I'll be switching with them because they can handle the post down low as well, but also helping us on the boards.
What was it like for you to have Rooney come out your interview in mid-quarter? Were you upset she didn't get a question?
No, definitely not upset she didn't get a question because she wouldn't have answered. But thank goodness Ellie was out there because that's the only way that she stopped moving. Ellie can come babysit.
Today, 13 points, 4 from the field, shot 80% from the field. What did you feel today? How did you feel going into the game?
I had some open shots, and I'm supposed to take open shots, so that's what I did.
Did you feel like those opportunities looked a little bit different prior to, judging off of some of your previous games?
I think I was just a little bit more calm when I caught the ball. My teammates were setting me up to perfection, so it was just, a catch and shoot, so that was good.
Leo, is there any difference in your preparation when you're called upon to replace a brilliant two-way player like National Hamilton in the starting five, rather than anyone else in the lineup? Is there any difference in that preparation?
No.
Today you had, on that task, you had to guard Kennedy Carter, really speedy, had some nice defense on the perimeter shots. Just what did you see on the defensive end?
Yeah, you want to keep her out of the RA as much as possible, and that was the goal. She's just super quick. It was tough sometimes for me to keep her in front of me, but yeah, I think in the end we did a good job as a team.
How did you all sort of flip the script after, struggling to defend them in the first quarter?
I mean, it was pretty clear. Like, they don't like to pass the ball as soon as they get into the paint. They're bigs. They don't pass. Their guards don't like to pass too much. So we're just clogging up the paint, walling up, and that made it tough for them.
How do you describe KT's impact on getting this win tonight?
Yeah, she's amazing coming off the bench, being that spark on offense and defense, especially defensively. I wouldn't want to play against her, so she's doing a great job. And some of the best players on the other team, and yeah, I just love to be in the court with her.
I feel like you get the crowd on your side with the largest celebrity history on your side with those early 3-pointers.
Yeah, it's great to play here at Barclays. The fans are great, and they support us through everything, so I appreciate them a lot.
There was a defensive play where KT jumped out of bounds and ran into the tunnel. Did she say what she went to the tunnel to go get? She was there for an extended period of time.
Right, I think she was just catching her breath.
Oh, hi, Leo. Hi. Throughout the game, it felt like the level of coordination and communication picked up on defense. How do you think you guys were able to sort of find that rhythm, especially after that slow start?
As I just said, just understanding what they want to do. I mean, it's easy if you prepare for them on video. It's always different when you step on the court. So just for us to have some time to adjust, and then just helping off of players who don't like to shoot from the perimeter. So that was a big adjustment.
When JJ gets involved in the offense, gets more touches, do you kind of notice a difference in fluidity when you guys are out there?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it helps when the ball moves from one side to the other, when everybody touches the ball a little bit, and then we just find the best shot.
How was it for you, Miles, after you?
To that end, JJ on the defensive end as a rim protector, when you are playing somebody like Kennedy Carter, knowing that you've got JJ and Stewie behind you too, how much does that help you be aggressive?
Yeah, it makes my life a lot easier. Having those two, around the rim, and just generally on defense communicating behind me, that always helps me a lot.
Nyara was able to return to play tonight. I guess I'm just curious how you feel like it went for her, and what it means for her to gain some confidence.
Yeah, I think it's just really good for me to see her out there. She only had like one full practice, so it's great to see her out there for some minutes. Just not too many because I need her for the Olympics.
Everyone all set?
Yep.
Yes,
Cool.
Thank you, Leo.
Thank you, Leo.
Awesome.
This game compares to the last game. Last game, you talked about boxing out those players. Do you think you did that?
Yeah, I think we did a better job of executing that. Big shout out to our bigs, JJ and Stewie and our KB that came in and did their best to keep injuries and Pedrosa off the board today.
You chased Lindsay Allen all the way down the floor to make sure that ball would not, get in her hands, and then your momentum took you all the way, I guess, into the tunnel. I guess, what were you feeling in that moment and thinking, and did you realize that the fans were like going crazy for you?
Yeah, Coach Rowan has been like preaching, our transition hasn't been so good. I think we did an excellent job. They only had 2 points off the transition. So I think it was just kind of a hustle play, because you never know, that could have changed the momentum of the game, so just doing that, and I kind of just took a little breather because I was a little tired.
You touched momentum plays in that first half, the back-to-back steals, and the second one, you saved the ball going to the first row, and then Leonie took it the other way. The crowd really gets into it for the first time tonight, it felt like. What are you thinking when the crowd's getting behind you there and momentum you feel shaking?
Yeah, no, I love it, and that's kind of what keeps me going, because those are very hard plays. That's hard work. So when the crowd gets like that, it kind of just makes me forget about my tiredness, and it makes me want to have it more, because that energy just kind of helps us.
What has Leonie changed from a defensive perspective upon her injury to perhaps the final 5 of the lineups this season?
Yeah, I mean, she's been excellent. She's came in and kind of adjusted. This is the first year and stuff like that. So I think she's done a really good job of coming in, taking assignments, and doing to her best ability.
In the past, you all have struggled with the Sky's physicality, but you were able to outscore them 20-7 at the free throw line. I'm just curious how you all were able to find the physicality and toughness to then exploit them.
I think one of our keys was kind of just attack their bigs. You know, the versatility that we have from Stewie and JJ attacking their bigs and getting to the free throw line kind of really helped us.
After tonight's fourth quarter, you guys were league best, plus 63 in fourth quarters. How does this team do such a good job in getting that separation, especially in these close games?
Just getting focused, I think, but I think it starts first on our defense. I think when we get stops like that, it kind of gets us energy, you know, and everything else kind of just falls in place.
Kayla, this season has been one of adaptability in terms of the scoring perspective. You're doing your career best from three-point range, Sabrina scoring more in the interior, John Paul is career high in assists. What can you say about the way this team has adapted to new skills and kind of pushed themselves forward? How impressed are you with that?
I think our team is very special. You know, coming from our starting five to our bench, we all bring different things, and when we're able to utilize them, when we're able to work together, you can see it flourish, and that's the great thing about it. And I think if we continue to learn from that and to realize that, you know, we need each other and everybody can make something, I think we're going to be kind of dangerous coming in this last stretch after overtime.
As a team, 13-23 from beyond after a game that wasn't really good from three. How does a good three-point shooting team kind of make sure you're playing the balance where you're not using the three-point shots to kind of take you out?
Yeah, I think we kind of just pick and choose where we want to, how we want to shoot our threes. You know, last game Connecticut kind of took us out of our three-point and we were attacking more. And I think this game they opened up the floor for us, so it just knocked us down. I'm confident.
You just mentioned refocusing. How did you refocus after halftime when you were behind?
Just kind of just lock it down. You know, both of us coming from back-to-backs, and we can't really think about that. We can't have no excuses. So also you have to think about this is like for the tiebreaker. You know, leading into the next game. That's very important when it comes down to this. So those are one of the things that we kind of talked about coming into this third quarter.
We'll take a few more.
Okay, one of the things that has been talked about is your increase in offensive output. What is the one thing you'd say that you've worked on in the offseason that's helped you be more of an offensive player this year?
I think I just kind of worked on a lot of things, but just my ability just to stay confident, just to have the extreme confidence out there, and no matter what happens, just to go out there and do it, whether it works out or not. But if it don't work out, I can learn from it, and if it does, then you keep doing it. But just to go out there and do it. If I don't do it, then I can never see if it works or work on it to be better.
KT, what do you think is so unique about this wing group that you guys have in you and Leo and KB and B? What is so special about that group that allows you guys to get wins like this?
I just think our versatile. We're big guards, and with that, we're big guards that can do kind of mostly everything. We can shoot, put the ball on the floor, we can rebound a lot, so it kind of helps us. It gives us a bigger advantage because now we can switch on bigger bigs. You know what I'm saying? Instead of having enough to have to stay in, and it's kind of, so that's kind of what helps.
How much more comfortable are you offensively? As Jeff mentioned, you're shooting a career high with your three-pointers. You knocked down 2 threes at the end of the game, and that turnaround jumper to beat the clock early in the second quarter. How much more comfortable are you this year in the offensive game?
I kind of just, wherever the game comes, wherever the offense brings me, I kind of just go with the flow, and I get to the corner, space out. If I have to attack, I attack. But just having the confidence, knowing that my team believes in me, and just knocking it down. I put the work in, so I think it's showing.
Junkie, you spoke about confidence here, but there's no secret. You're becoming a fan favorite here, and the crowd's really embracing you. How have you embraced that? How has it helped build your confidence in your offensive game?
It's been great. I get excited when I'm able to come out there and do what I do for the fans, and when they give me back that means everything to me, because they come out here every night, 7 o'clock in that New York traffic to come see us. So it's such a blessing. So if I can do something to get them lit or get them excited to make the game more fun, I'm gonna do that, because I love my New York Liberty fans, and they're just the best.
What's having Nyara Sabally back in the second unit mean to this team?
It's good to have Nyara. It's good to see her back out there, kind of getting back adjusted. She's a big part of what we're trying to do, especially coming after JJ. I think she could play some good minutes with that. So just getting her ready. She hasn't been big going to Olympics, so I'm excited for her. So just getting her feel back, but I'm glad she was out there.
Appreciate your time. Thanks,
Casey. Thank you.
How did it feel to be out there back?
Yeah, it was amazing. Look forward to it for like a month. But yeah, it was amazing. The crowd was really loud today, which was nice. And then just being able to be out there with my teammates again.
Here's one follow-up. Is there anything that
maybe learning about yourself as a teammate or player being out so well?
I mean, not really been out this long before, so there's not really a difference. But obviously, just being around the team and like watching the team practice, play, watching film is always important, and you always like learn by watching, especially with the great players we have here. Even being able to watch them pushes me further as a player as well.
Your welcome back to the WNBA moment is a matchup against two tough interior rookies in Angel Reese and Kayla Cardoso. So, how do you think you conducted yourself well against their physicality out there tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely physical, but it's, I mean, any other game. So obviously they're two really amazing players who have a long, great career in front of them. But it's just like going out against any other player, just doing your job early, and just competing.
What were your thoughts on the record attendance tonight?
I mean, it's always amazing when there's the people who come and show out. I mean, I feel like Barclays honestly always feels full, whether it's like half full or completely full. The fans really show out every time, but it's amazing just to see the people just showing out and it being like that type of crowd.
How meaningful was it to you to have your first points back being assisted by Sabrina?
Well, I almost missed it, so she would have gotten on me for that. But I mean, it's always great. I feel like she always finds people really easily. You just gotta roll. Hopefully, you make it. No, but I mean, it's always great.
Leo had a plus 27 tonight, and that's quite impressive for a rookie especially. So you know her very well. What is it about her that allows her to play with such poise when there's a lot expected of her? Is she essentially is sort of put in a spot to have to try to do a lot of what B does?
I mean, I'm not surprised, honestly. She's been a pro for how many years, so now she's just doing it on a bigger stage. She always plays the same. You always know what you're going to get from her. And it's just the way she goes about games. Like, she always gives it her best. She always works hard no matter what. So, like, seeing her out there just makes me really proud. And, like, it's just really, really cool to see her out there and play the way she plays. I mean, to me, she's not really a rookie. I've seen her play pro for, like, I don't even know how long. But, yeah.
You mentioned it's not your first time missing this much month plus of action, but in the season where you were kind of settled in to get a bigger role, was it a little bit disappointing to miss so much time?
I mean, yeah, of course, it's always disappointing. You always want to be on the court. So that was kind of just, it was more so surprising, and I kind of like had to process this pretty fast. But I'm just glad. I mean, we obviously have a great staff here, and they kind of just kept telling me, like, you'll be fine, we'll be ready. Obviously, have a big second half of the season coming up, obviously the Olympics too, so my focus was just kind of doing whatever I can to get back on the court.
Hi, Nyara. In your second rotation, you looked a lot more comfortable out there. Just what's that process like if you sort of like regaining that rhythm and sort of like being like, okay, I don't feel the returning jitters, if you will?
Honestly, it wasn't even really the jitters, it was just my lungs. I was dying the first time. Like, the second wind just kind of carries you through. Like, once you kind of get acclimated to everything. And the first time I was like, oh God, this is rough. But obviously, like, just being able to kind of find your way back in, doing the little things, like setting screens, rolling, like getting rebounds. It's just like kind of the little things.
You talked about the Camilla and Reese matchup and like approaching it like any other. With Angel on the double streak and the amount of rebounds that the two of them grabbed together, I guess do you come into that with like a plan to try to stop that? Like Stewie said, going back like in the next game, you guys will try to limit that even more. So what's the approach for that?
I mean, yeah, obviously, like, you always want to keep the team to a lower, especially like rebounds. Like, whoever controls the rebounds most of the time controls the game, and they're really good at that, getting those rebounds. They're two big bodies. They work extremely hard to get those rebounds. So just like kind of being able to go in with that mindset, like, okay, like, you got to do your work earlier than usual. That's really all it is.
Chicago really controlled the rebounding tonight. What do you guys think you guys did differently to kind of, overcome and get this win?
I mean, we made some shots. We we made some big shots at the end. Obviously, Sab woke up, hit some amazing shots. Like, she always kind of does that, but KT with amazing shots. Stewie. I mean, we had 4 players in double figures, so kind of just getting it done. And then getting the stops when we needed to get the stops.
And how are you feeling after your first game back? Just asking how you're feeling on your first game back.
I mean, good. I'm glad to be back. Super exciting. Yeah.
Thank you.
Stewie today, when you guys went down 13, scored 7 straight. It feels like whenever there's a large deficit, she goes on a run like that. What have you learned just from her leadership and how she leads on the court in those moments?
I mean, that's just really what she does for us, especially when we go down. She always kind of instills that composure, like that calmness in us. And like, when you have a player like that getting down 13, 20, it's like, okay, like, we're good. But obviously, she's just such an elite player and scorer. And it's really just like her confidence that like always also carries over to the minutes. Like, okay, like we gotta get it together. Let's go. And then when she gets going, like.
Yeah. Played 2 of the bigger teams in the last 2 days. Scott, big front courts. What makes the size on this team so unique and different in those matchups?
On our team?
Yes.
I mean, it's really important. Size always matters in this type of sport where Jada is obviously a huge presence, Stewie, and I mean Leo, she's probably she's probably the tallest guard in the league. So just her length, she did a really good job on Carter today. I mean, guarding Carter is extremely hard, and I feel like she did a really good job just with her length, kind of disrupting that. And then KT is a big body too, so it's just always really important to have that size, not just on the center position, but like throughout. And that really helps us in the match.
Thanks, everyone.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you.